Hey everyone! Just the other day, I made a video about how you could get a good weapon upgrade within your first 5 minutes of playing. This video is a continuation of that one. If you wish to look at the first video, link is in the description. There are some useful things in that video, like which class race combination that can use which weapons and such. In that video, I mentioned that you would eventually get weapons from quests in the starter area, but guess what? As soon as you made your way to Senjin Village or Brill or Goldshire, or wherever you are questing, another weapon merchant can be found with even better weapons. And as you reach level 10 or so and make your way to your capital for the first time, there is yet again another weapon vendor with better weapons. As you start leveling in your second zone, that would be the Barrens, Westfall or wherever you decide to go, you'll eventually get your first green weapon rewards from quests. You might also be lucky enough to loot a green weapon from a mob in early levels, such as the training sword. So, after level 11 or so, the weapons from vendors won't really be worth considering getting anymore. Either way, you can still benefit greatly from purchasing weapons of vendors, even white quality ones, up until that level. First off, we'll look at the weapon vendor in the second quest hub, that would be Senjin Village or Goldshire or such, what you can buy and how much it costs. I'll also briefly show the weapon each race gets through quests in their starting area, as each different starter area gives different weapons, and as different classes picks different weapons, there would be a lot of comparing to do. I'm just gonna show the weapon rewards and you'll have to compare them yourself. Here are the weapons from quests for each starter area, or control zone. The Tauren zone, the Undead zone, the Human zone, Dwarf and Gnome zone, and finally Night Elf zone. Next comes the vendor weapons in the second quest hub and their costs. The Gladius for 5 silver and 36 copper. The two-handed sword, 3 silver and 42 copper. The Tomahawk, 5 silver and 40 copper. The Stiletto, 4 silver and 1 copper. The Large Axe, 4 silver, 84 copper. The Walking Stick, 5 silver and 4 copper. The Wooden Mallet, 7 silver and 1 copper. The Hornwood Recurve Bow, 2 silver and 85 copper. And the Ornate Blunderbuss, 4 silver and 14 copper. Just a quick note about hunters, as you need both a melee and ranged weapon. Pick a melee weapon from the starting area weapons quest, and then purchase a ranged weapon from the weapon vendor. All of the mentioned weapons can be purchased before you leave the starting area. The issue will be having enough silver. In my testing, I found that I would have to work a little bit for the silver, but it was worth it. Don't buy any spells except the ones you really need. More damage is worth more than having Grand on your warrior at level 6. It works pretty fine having weapons from the first vendor until about level 6, when you should get weapons from the second weapon vendor. Moving on onto the weapons in the capitals, they are the following. The Cutlass for 20 silver and 23 copper. The Quarterstaff, 30 silver and 22 copper. The Claymore, 26 silver and 76 copper. The Giant Mace for 26 silver and 66 copper. The Hatchet for 24 silver and 9 copper. The Tabor for 22 silver and 14 copper. The Yambia, 23 silver and 90 copper. The Hunter's Boomstick for 13 silver and 23 copper. And finally, the Laminated Recurve Bow for 17 silver and 51 copper. At level 10, you can learn to use other weapons as well. That means learning new weapon skills. The ones you can learn at that level costs 10 silver. It might be worth spending the extra 10 silver for an even better weapon upgrade, but that of course depends on whether you can afford it and if you consider it to be worth it. I won't go over where you can learn each weapon skill, but that won't take long for you to look up. I also want to recommend getting Sharpening Stones or Weight Stones if possible. They can be a pretty decent damage upgrade, especially consider how easy they are to obtain. If you didn't know, blacksmiths can make them from skill 1. If you want to be a nice person, pick up blacksmithing and sell or offer your friends some Sharpening Stones and Weight Stones. They add a flat damage increase to your weapon. They are better the faster the weapon. But even on a 3.0 weapon, a +2 weapon damage is 0.6 DPS increase. If the weapon does 5 DPS, that's still a 12% DPS increase. You can learn blacksmithing and mining already at level 5. Usually, they can be learned in the second quest hub. That means Brill and Goldshire and so forth. I'd also like to mention that you should compare the starter weapons with each other and not with max level weapons. Increasing weapon DPS by 3 points isn't much at 60, but it's quite a lot at level 6. If you look at the increase in percents instead, you'll get a feeling for how much better the vendor weapons actually can be. And with all that said, I'd like to say thank you for watching, like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more.